and welcome to Late Night Gunpla Reviews, where it's myself versus my shelf, approaching 250 model kits and a growing queue of reviews to do. The final challenger in this round is from Gundam Build Fighters, not divers like I stupidly said last time, the high-grade Gundam X Maoh Build Fighter Mao Yasuka custom-made mobile suit from the year for Bandai Lords, 2013. As a fan of Gundam X, when you see the Gundam X representative in your animes, you get in on that shit. So let's observe the menu. And so, we have here our young man, the Gundam X Maoh, which is very strange, a sort of play on words, because the main character, Mao Yasuka, seen here, spells his name differently, Maoh, which is typically used for Demon King. I'm not sure, but I know typically in Super Sentai shows the suffix of O, OH, is used for king. Like, I can't remember any of the robots, but go watch Super Sentai show, and usually their giant robots, when combined, ends in an O. King of Zyuranger, King of Braves. Why do I keep going over that? I digress. Ow! That's a frightening sound. I am completely smacked to the side of my shelves. Over here we have a little side to side. We have the tight freedom of an exorcist spin on the head. It feels like I tightened this at one point. It's entirely possible that I had. So let's see. It does not want to come off easily. Oh, it's just very, very secure and getting old. I did build this when it was brand new. At the arm, your shoulder up. We take a look inside that shoulder and see that it will pull forward some, so you do get some chest crossing. Full arm rotation. You might get hit with that, depends. Full bicep. And unfortunately, only about a 100-degree bend at the elbow. Very restricted. And your traditional polycap fist. With arms out to side. We get another full exorcist twist when you didn't drop the entire lower waist. The front skirts I left connected, but if we very carefully disassemble, we are going to try to disassemble. They are the type that can be separated. I may go back and do that, I may not. Side skirts with some space and a piece that is coming loose. That is bad. Front side on the side skirt. This piece that might need a little adhesive. No butt flap. With the front skirt. Front skirt seems pretty limited, actually. Oh, there it goes. Again, I think everything is just stiff because it has been so long. This is your fully extended front kit. Again, bend at the knee is only about 100 degrees. You get a little bit up here, but it's mostly all right here. I think because 2013 was a couple of years after they released the high-grade X kits. Down here at the foot, you get the ankle armor on a bit of a pivot, as well as your foot. Wiggle. Your backpack. The gun here has a multi-arm articulation point, rotation, fold, and flex here. 2 bends here. This piece will flex right into there, and then rotation here, more bending there. The things, why am I drawing a blank all of a sudden? The satellite fins extend as such. And of course these are very large stickers across here. You have an attachment for your regular beam saber handle that's on a hinge. I do like that it is stored at easy reach. If we try hard enough, you can absolutely pose pulling it out. Yeah. Well, there's that piece that fell into the void. What a shame. It's old. It probably needs a little adhesive. I blame that exclusively on age. Now, immediately, we have a downside to the kit. Like, before we even move forward, just setting it down, the big downside is that this protrudes everywhere. It does not have a set, like, rotation or specified spot wherein you think it could be less obstructive, because that's height obstructive. There are poses in the manual that I believe tried to have it extended out. It is obstructive unless it is in use, which for a small kit, having a big attachment like that is a bit of an issue. Actually, I have a system, I promise. Over here. Well, the next point I need to point out is many stickers. Many color corrections down here in the foot, along the leg here, along this side, up here at the front skirt, the shield plating on the arms, a silver one under this green piece, which that one's acceptable. I can let that one actually slide. Here and here, all the way around the head, which also includes your typical eyes and your cameras, both front and back. The big ones on the satellite reflectors, as we do. Fortunately, there's none on the gun itself. But over here on our accessories, you have an open and closed shield buster rifle, which of course, the shield part is why it is called as such. The entire trim on these is black. Black sticker. At least that's an easy fix with like a good marker or a panel liner. Included accessories are also an attachable rocket launcher and Gatling gun. Which can be mounted at any point here at the legs. For some reason, I can't get this other side to go out any further than it is. Oh, it didn't snap in all the way. Cool. And up here at the shoulders. So whichever place you choose, you can attach any of these four simply by plugging them in like so. Got your Gatling down here on the leg. could put your missile launcher. I'm doing it with my right hand, so it's very awkward. Up here on the shoulder, or vice versa, however you see fit. We're going to take those off for now because they're a tiny bit obstructive. At least for the review. Alright. Panels away. That felt kind of cool to do. We get two different beam saber handles in my favorite Lego green. You have your standard beam saber, I guess 2mm handle for this back here, which is plugged into that. And so you'll plug that in, and that slots into any given hand as you like. The other, your typical hyper beam saber from the Gundam X, your handle is back here, stored on the satellite cannon itself, much like the Gundam X was. You'll plug that in, or give me a second, because I think I've grabbed the wrong one. This goes to something else, and I think I know what it goes to. It goes to something I don't have, so let's grab the toolbox, wherein I keep all of my things. We're doing this live, briefly, because it's easy to pick that one out of the lineup. This should fit in there just right. Now this one either goes to a different model, or it went to the Amazon Gundam, which I no longer have, and I have mistakenly shorted somebody on a beam saber, which makes me kind of a rude asshole, because that was over a year ago I sold that off. But I digress. For this, yeah, let's go ahead and take this hand out. And while the manual says you can take the back of the hand off, why do that when you can separate the beam saber itself? Slide your hand in, soap on your hands, and attach like so. But leaving that off, we also have a open and expressive left hand, and a proprietary left hand that has a very special wrist joint on it. For it is needed, and I guess I do need to keep this right hand, for our beam cannon here. Because for both handles you will need to actually separate the back of the hand, not drop that into the void, as is my tradition. No. Well, what? Hold on. How dumb am I? Am I that stupid? Am I so foolish that I actually had two right hands on it? No, it's just tricking me. It's a trick of the eyes, trick of the light. I am a fool. I accept my punishment. Let's see if that punishment is dropping the entire kit into the void. Alright, and of course, you have a rotating handle, and you can plug that in at the angle that you like. However, on this side, you have the very awkward and oddly shaped wrist, once again, showing it off. You'll have to separate that, get a grip, kind of rotate it and then get it squished back in there, and then it's a large enough hole that it actually is free to rotate. So you actually get a side grip on the gun as opposed to a front grip. And there we have it. Our boy, our lad, the Gundam X Maoh. As I try to pose him for the camera. Bad profile. There we go. That looks better. We here at ZEON will go ahead and give this a front row. There is inherently nothing wrong with the kit itself. Considering 2013, the articulation is still pretty good. They were working still with, you know, double jointed arms and legs, so you can see that there's a start in the legs here, but having the base of the Gundam X, which came 3 or 4 years prior, you can see one of the larger downsides of building a modified kit off of a pre-existing one. And of course that problem would go forward to both splendidness and absolute garbage fire, which was, well, we all know which one that was. There's a lot of stickers going on here, which is unfortunate for those of you who prefer a more color accurate kit. I think there's even stickers here in the chest vents that I didn't mention. It's just sometimes, you know, with black you can easily mark that in. You could hit that with a Sharpie and get that covered. Or the black on Gunpla paint markers is fine. That's a hit or miss on that one. But all the same, it's not amazing. It's not, you know, it's not an ace. But it's also not, there's nothing too wrong with that outside of a lot of stickers. And even here we are 7 years later, even though it's a little stiff, it still holds up very well. And so, we end with cracking knuckles, a stretch, a stall for time, as I gather my words. We end round 5. There are still many, many more rounds, many more shells available to record. But next time, we revisit round 1 with an expansion. I thank y'all for watching. Good night, Space Lords.